Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is Friday, the start to the weekend, and of course, a brief break from our tarot reading for a couple of days. It is July 10th, so we are well into the month of July and well into summer where I am at. So I am excited to see which card we pull today, and this is again the Steampunk Tarot deck by Barbara Moore and illustrated by Ali Fell. So I've been enjoying these cards. They are a little darker than the last ones that we did with the Saki Saki deck. If you're interested in seeing those back from June, you can go back through the playlist because I am collecting quite the playlist of things. All right, so without further ado, let's see what our Friday weekend card is. Not bad for a Friday. Actually, she's an excellent card for a Friday. This is the Empress. Yes. She is number 3 in the major arcana, and she is definitely a fertility card. I want to start with the number 3 on here. Many people who probably read tarot know the triple faces of the goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. The Empress is very much a feminine energy card, which is obvious also from the Venus symbol on the pillow down there. And that she is also, I don't know, it's kind of harder to tell on this card, but she's definitely with child. So this is a card of feminine energy. We had a couple of cards of very feminine energy this month so far. And she, being the Empress and being Venus, I also, in my mind, she's also very evocative of the three-faced goddess of the maiden, the mother, and the crone. She's clearly in the mother phase right now. The Empress is one of those cards in the major arcana, very powerful cards. And again, still in the beginning stages of our story, so still kind of starting to tell the tale of the fool and his adventures and the people he may meet along the way. As a character, the Empress is a woman who is very much that Earth Mother, Mother Nature, all of those kinds of things. Usually she's depicted with a lot more greens around her, greens and yellows. In this one, it's like she takes more the sensual side of things because we have a lot more red and gold and passion, and it almost looks like she's got fire a little bit coming from her hand here. The Empress is going to be about fertility, which if she comes up, it can very much be a pregnancy card. She's also fertility in the sense of ideas and creation in all its forms. So while I like that usually she's depicted as Mother Nature and the abundance of nature and the abundance and growth of things, I also really like that in this card, she represents the passion that is required, almost the seduction that is required to birth something new. Even when we're not talking about physical fertility, we know that when it comes to creative muses and the like, we kind of have to seduce them out of hiding. We have to make them do the work and make ourselves do the work when we are inspired. So I really like this card in the reds and golds because I think it evokes kind of more that it's not already growing. You have to put something forth. You have to put some energy into it to make this grow. So the Empress is always like thought of in almost juxtaposition with the Emperor, who is another major arcana card. I almost want to bring him out just to show you, but we'll wait. I'm sure we'll talk about him at some point. But the Emperor and the Empress signify that very clear definition between this is masculine energy and this is feminine energy. We look at the femininity of the Empress and we see all that is womanly. She is pregnant, she is powerful, she has got this kind of, again, that seduction to her, and yet she's sort of relaxed in how much she can control. So creation, power, fertility, these are all key buzzwords, if you will, to this card. I also want to look at, there's like a clock in the background. I don't know how well that's coming out on screen, but there's a clock in the background. It looks like it says 10 past 2, but even with my glasses on, it's a little hard to tell. It might be 10 past 10. 10 past 10. So we get 10 past 10. I'm not really sure if that's supposed to mean something or not, but I look forward to anybody else's interpretation. If you want to leave a comment below and say, hey, well, I totally think it means this, because it doesn't, like, if it was 9 and the 3, I think I would be more likely to say, oh, it has to do with the 3s and the trinities and the faces of the mother, and 9s are also cards of fertility. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be pointing to those kinds of things, so I'm not really sure. I don't know. But we do have the Venus symbol down here in the corner, which can be that she is kind of the embodiment of Venus. She is because again, Venus being the goddess of love, fertility, and all of those kinds of things, that's what she's meant to represent. And also it is the symbol of femininity and feminine energy. So she is all woman all the time. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I really like this card for going into a weekend because to me it sort of allows us to be a little more spontaneous and creative and passionate and free for the weekend. Also, Friday is, of course, Venus's day of, I guess, kind of worship in a way. Vendredi is the French word for Venus, or French word for Friday, which of course evokes Venus. So I think it's kind of cool that we pulled a very Venus card on a Friday. And I hope that that means some really awesome things for the weekend. We've been doing the Tarot Cafe on Mondays, and we've also been we created a little bit of a chat so that everybody draws cards daily. And some of the cards that were drawn today were a little bit scary for the weekend. So I'm hoping my girls see this and say, oh, okay, there's still hope for the weekend. As always, if you are interested in more of the crazy stuff that I do, feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell icon so you know what's going on and when I'm posting stuff. Some days I post a lot, some days I don't post very much at all. There is no rhyme or reason to it. I live in chaos. It is what it is. I also have a lot of playlists about the tarot readings, so check out the description and stay to the very end so you can see where the playlists are and some cool stuff to see about tarot cards and tarot reading. If you're interested in Tarot Cafe, leave a comment below, or in the description, check out my website and you can join us on Monday afternoons for some really fun, interesting conversations and visits from the resident cats in my house as well as my students' houses. It's a lot of fun. We get goofy. It's really interesting. And if you're interested, my book, Cloud to Cloud, that I recently wrote with Bob Frank, is for free on Kindle, I think until midnight tonight. So check it out. Check out my books. Check out my website. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Stay healthy. All those good things. And stay cool. For goodness sake, stay cool. Bye.